Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I am going to be sharing with you a project that I am taking to OnStage, which is Stampin' Up's annual convention for demonstrators. This year it is being held here in Australia in Brisbane, and I fly up there tomorrow morning and I'm back Sunday afternoon. I'm leaving Glenn here with the dogs, and I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm not at all concerned about that. Brisbane, you might remember if you were with me last week, got hit by a tropical cyclone. In the US, we would call that a hurricane. Over the weekend, it slowed down offshore and took forever to get there, which meant that there was a lot of wind, but mostly there was a lot of rain because it was moving so slowly. And so there's been a lot of flooding up there. But as of Sunday, they said we were on for the convention. So we're going. I don't expect to see a lot of damage right down where the convention center is. But I know surrounding areas have been really impacted, and Stampin' Up! As always has made good. People who felt that they couldn't travel because of the effects of the cyclone are being looked after. So hopefully everyone who's there will be able to just relax and be excited to be there and have a good time. So yeah, anyhow, thanks for joining me today. Here's what we're going to make. This is a treat holder. I've got several of them packaged up. I'm doing two different things. I'm doing an organized 3D swap, and this is what I've made for that. And I've also been making some extras just to swap with people in general, along with some cards. So here are ones that I've made. This is just for my general swap. I've already packed away the ones that are for my organized swap. I had to do 14 of those, and that is 100% current product. These are a mix. Like these two are with the fruit salad designer series paper that was in Celebration. These three are with the Full of Life designer series paper, which is current, but the ribbon is on the last chance list. And this one is with Countryside Inn designer series paper, which is in the annual catalog, so it's current, but this ribbon is technically retired. So I don't worry so much when I'm doing, little embellishment, little things like that when I'm doing just general swaps. If something is not quite 100% current, but for the organized swap, I did make sure that those were all 100%. So there'll be a link in my next blog post that features these, but there'll be a link to this template and instructions by Julie Davison that I got it from, and I really don't think I need to reinvent the wheel for this, but I'm going to show you how to make them. Inside each of those little packages is just a normal standard size Tic Tac container. Yeah, and they're just fun and easy, and the Tic Tacs are part of the same cycle of sweets that go on sale here, and so I managed to pick up a whole bunch of them at like half price, which was great. Hi Gladys. Yeah, no, I was going back and forth, but I thought I could just show you how I'm doing these. I'm in good shape for the OnStage. I just need to finish sealing up the plastic bags that have my card swaps in them and take care of a couple few chores around the house and pack. And I'm really set. I don't fly out till tomorrow morning, so we're all good. And hi, Mom. Thanks for joining me today. And anyone else, if you've joined me, please do say hello in the comments, whether it's watching live or on replay on either Facebook or YouTube. I do see all of those comments. For those of you who usually watch my replays on Facebook, just know that they are, in the next few months, going to only have them available. Well, I think starting now, they are only available for 30 days after they post. And all of my back catalog will start to be deleted, I think, in June, July. But they are all over on my YouTube channel, so you can go to them anytime. So each one of these boxes is made from one 6x6 piece of Designer Series paper. And this is the Full of Life Designer Series paper that comes 6x6. I'm going to make two of them today. I'm going to do one on my paper trimmer, because I know all of us have paper trimmers. And then I'm going to do one on my score board or scoring tool, because that also works really nicely. And I just thought it'd be fun to show you a couple different ways that you can do this. So I've got my cheat sheet here. I've made so many of these, I can almost remember it when I focus, but when I'm chatting with you, I don't always focus so well. So your first step is first thing, it is far, far easier to make this with Designer Series paper that isn't direction specific. I've done it with some that, like this one is a little more direction specific, not so much. This one is. And you just have to pay attention to make sure like your pairs are right side up or whatever your pattern is. But for your first one or two, I would suggest using a paper with it. It doesn't matter which direction. So we're scoring two vertical ones on this side, 1.5 and 4.5, and then turning it. So 1 7/8. For those of you who are used to working in metric, 7/8 is going to be a really annoying, whoops, this is off the screen. Really annoying thing for you to figure out. I will try to show you here. There's 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch. All of these lines are the 1/4 inch, and the kind of the medium ticks there, that's 1/4 inch, 2/4 or a half, 3/4 inch, and then 1/2 is 1/8. So the one in between the 1/4 and the 2 is the 7/8. So 1 7/8. 2 5/8. So 4/8 is a half. So one more is 5/8. 4.5. I know your head is just exploding if you're not used to working in inches. 5 1/4, like so. Now we set that aside, and I do this right away, no matter how many of them I'm making. You've got one, this side, it's got a long rectangle, or a bigger rectangle without any lines in it. This one's more of a square, and it's got that extra score line in it. We're just going to cut off those corners. Like so. And you want to just make the slightest angle on there. And you can do it all in one go as you cut up here. So get rid of those, and I will bring this back in and show you. So now we have this. with those cut out. And then I think the easiest thing to do is go ahead and do some folding. You could do this side if you wanted the box to be with that, but I like it with the dots, spots and dots. Okay, so again, it's like this. Now she's got a little thumb notch cut out. I don't get rid of my retired circle punches, so this is a 3/4 punch. I have a Stampin' Up one. It started being a little funky and I used it so much that I went ahead and I bought EK Success is the same as the Stampin' Up ones, and I just went online and bought a new one from EK Success. And I also have my old Project Life corner rounder punch, and oh, sorry, I didn't pull it out in advance. This detailed trio punch has a corner rounder. You don't have to round these corners, but I think it's nicer. You can do it by hand. If you have one of these punches, it just makes it really quick and easy. And even though it has the guides here for squaring up the paper, I always like to look on the other side and make sure. So we'll get rid of those two. And then if you don't have a little punch, you could use a die. Or you can use part of a punch that you do have. Like this one would work. You could just punch out a little tab there. I saw in Julie Davison's, she's got the Bee Builder punch, and she just took that little bit of the heart. We'll get it kind of as straight as we can across there, and made her thumb thing like that. So you can improvise and do what you want. I like this one. I go halfway, and I'm trying to center it between these two. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit with that. Okay, so this is the only part that is tricky. And that's once you have done one or two, you get it and it's not so tricky, but you're going to bring this corner, this edge, and this edge together, folding it inwards to make that mitered corner. And it takes doing one or two just to get your brain around it. And you can use your fingernail or a bone folder, and you're going to do that on all 4 of these. Just work your way around. Do all 4. I also made these. You might remember I showed you when I went on that retreat at the end of February, beginning of March, and everyone had table gifts. And I kind of forgot and blew them off and didn't take any. I just felt so badly that I hadn't done that. Here we go. I'm just showing you there's all 4 of those, and it just comes together just like that. And then your Tic Tacs just go right in there like so. And this tucks in between really. It does. The folds. And there it is. So I'm going to set that one aside, and I'm going to do another one. So I was trying to figure out what I could make to send to the ladies who had done all those nice table gifts. Most of them get together with one of them at one of their houses to stamp every week or two. So I made these and sent them. A couple of them are part of this organized swap I'm in, so they'll get another one. Oh well. Because I was looking at doing some things with Ferrero Rocher, but it's summer here and I didn't want to mail those because it's too hot for that. So this is the Stampin' Up score tool, simply scoring tool, I think they call it. I refer to it usually as a scoreboard. I really, really like this tool. I used it all the time when I lived in the States. Because I'm usually scoring in metric, this doesn't work so well. There is a metric insert for it, but it doesn't have, like this has every 1/8 of an inch. And the metric insert is not quite as usable. But when I'm working in inches and doing a lot of scoring, I do really like this. So I don't forget you have it if you have it, and it's easy to use. So 1.5, 4.5. And you don't have to move the paper. In fact, you don't want the paper to move. And then 1 7/8, 2, and there's 4, there's 5/8. And again, 4.5. and 5 1/4. So that's done, and I will move that out of the way. Hi Christine, thanks for joining me, and I'm going to just fold up all of these. You could make these out of cardstock too. It doesn't have to be designer series paper. It's just those corner folds might be a little bit hard with the thicker cardstock. I haven't tried it, to be honest, because I've got lots of designer series paper I'm happy to use up. So there are the folds, and again, we're just going to cut out. It's easier to see sometimes on one side than the other, and it's easier to see the score lines on this side. And I'm just the slightest sliver here. Makes it easier to tuck in. You can go straight up and then come back and cut your sliver, but I've been doing enough of them. I don't know if you can see that. I just angled it off the slightest bit and straight across here at the top. So just really a tiny, tiny amount. And again, I'll bring in my punches halfway up, halfway in between here. And let's use this corner rounder this time. Just to show you, just line it up square. Yeah, that's why. There we go. Get those all out of the way. And now we just do these corner folds again. Again, you're just bringing that edge up to the other edge. And creasing it. That might be the only thing that's hard to do with the cardstock. And then I will show you a couple ways I've decorated. You can decorate however you want. It is a small space, so you have to be careful, I suppose is the word. But so again, that just opens up, and where's my last box of Tic Tacs. It goes in there, and then this is where this front flap just tucks in. And you've got just a number of little bits to, there we go. And you don't need any adhesive on this, but I do find that tying a ribbon or baker's twine around does help. So for this one, I'm actually bringing in this, I think this retired Fresh Freesia ribbon. I think looks really good on this one. Again, I have this Blackberry Bliss that's part of this Regal Floral or Regal Winter. I really like this one in here. I just went and got all of my paper snips. I have, what, five, I guess, pairs of paper snips, because I put them out for classes, and it's been a number of years since I've had them sharpened. And for half the cost of buying new snips, they are really sharp when you get them brand new, and they last a long time. But paper is dulling, and for half the cost of new ones, I was able, when I was at the farmer's market last weekend, to get them all sharpened. And they are as new and beautiful for cutting ribbon again. That's why I usually have ribbon scissors, because the paper snips get dull from the paper and the ribbon ones stay sharp. Okay, so there's that one. And then I just cut out, because I was making a lot of these, I cut out these hexagon shapes. This is from, what, Something Fancy label dies. And I'm not sure I'd ever used these little ones, but it turns out they're perfect for this. And here's my sentiment, just for you. This comes out of Unbounded Love. And I'm gonna make 2 of those. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 of them in the Blackberry Bliss, because it's gonna work on both. And that just lines up perfectly with that diagonal there. Love it. There's that ready. So here in Melbourne, we've been having warm days again, and they've been grabbing humidity from a couple different sources, including, I think now, the remnants of the cyclone, which I am not a fan of humidity at all. And I figured this is just my training session for Brisbane, because, yeah, warm and steamy is how I think of Brisbane. So this is, again, this Regal Flora, and this is Regal Winter. This is all the same suite, and it's on the last chance list still here in Australia. I don't know in North America or Europe if it's moved to the discontinued or retired section yet or not. Oh, wow. That looks like it hasn't been cleaned very well. It's an interesting blend of colors. Let's try that again. That's better. And I'm going to bring in my mini cut and emboss. I'll tell you, one of the main reasons I'm sad that this set is going away is I love this label die. But excited to see what's coming out in the new catalog. And there's some Post-it tape to hold that in place. Hey Bruno, nice to see you here. That's a first, folks. Bruno is part of my Uplines team. He's Kylie's husband. They are co-demonstrators. He's a partner demonstrator. I don't know how. Anyway, he makes great projects himself. And it's cool to see him jump in here. And I will see him up in Brisbane tomorrow. So, I'm going to add that on there with this. And I'm going to bring in some tear tape. There and there. And just for fun, let's put a spot of glue there. Oh. That was a big spot of glue. Yuck. I'll have to clean that up before I package it. I see. Oh, that gives you a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. And then this one, they do that. Pretty into this with this set of papers. So if anyone else has joined in, please say hello. Gladys, is it finally feeling like spring in Michigan? That. That one's going to go on there. And then the other decoration I've been doing is a little butterfly. I've been using this one from Sketch Butterflies, but you could also, if you have the brand new Beautiful Butterflies, that one would work. I've been liking this one. Now, I was playing with the idea of cutting it from a scrap of this paper. That I'm torn. Whether you do that or just regular cardstock. I think we'll do it from here. And I'm going to bring in a scrap of adhesive sheet. Scrap or two of adhesive sheet to put on the back here. So that's easier, I hope, to stick on. Yeah, dots of glue versus dealing with peeling the... Here we go. Oh my goodness, on and on. Okay. Bring this back in. $70 on Friday. Wow, 70 in March in Michigan. That's a nice thing. $72 in Maryland. Yeah, I bet, Mom. That doesn't surprise me. That's... Okay, this one's got stuff to poke out. This is the most time-consuming part of the whole thing, right? You can use the brush. I have done that. But in some ways, this is a little faster and easier. And bring this back in. Ooh, what happens if we put it this way? See, it just slides. I haven't done them this way before. Now, going back. I think we saw gluing might be the better option. So we'll go ahead and push that down. Just for you. There we go. Some of them I've added a little more bling. That's dried up a bit now, so let's see if we can get some of that glue that oozed out off of there. Come on. I'm just showing you real stuff. You get glue oozing out, you use your adhesive eraser. If you don't have one of these in Australia, you can buy them online, I know. I don't know if some art stores may have them. I know the big box craft store in the US carries them, probably in their, more in the fine arts section, maybe not. Stampin' Up used to have them. Maybe, who knows, in the new catalog they'll have brought them back. So let's get some blingy on there. What was it I thought I had? Is it in here? Yes, there's 3 little fresh freesia. We will use those up on here. Oh no, don't like that at all. There we go. There we go. There's one. And on the butterfly, I've been liking just a couple itty bitties. Right in the center. Wow, fumbly fingers today. And there we go. There are the 2 of those. And now all I need to do is package them up like that. And what I've got in the back here, this is just a 1/4 sheet of paper, and it's got, I'll show you a different one. It looks like this. It's got a QR code that will link to the blog post that's going to have the link to this video. So they'll be able to get all the details on how these get made if they want it when they get my swap. So thank you for joining me today. I will be back next week, same time, same place. I'm sure I will have lots to talk about my OnStage experience. Do check back on this Facebook page, Nancy's Nifty Notes Facebook page, because I will do some updates from OnStage. I am sure I may even go live. I know I did that last year. I'm very excited to see both the Kylie's Crazy Crafters team at large, and I've got 3 of my 4 team members joining me for OnStage in Brisbane. So that's exciting. Last year I had 1. This time I've got Well, I guess there are three others joining me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I will be back in touch with you soon. If you have any questions about this or anything else Stampin' Up, or you want to see this blog post, head over to nancysniftynotes.com or email me, nancy@nancysniftynotes.com. And I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.